Hey guys, happy holidays, and welcome to the Hollywood Smash, presented to you by Smash Entertainment. This is our second show coming to you semi-live, recording from home, where we catch you up on all things entertainment. This is your weekly recap and rundown of all things in film, television, music, and anything in between. So let's get started. As you can see, we're making a few adjustments related to COVID as we work from home and in between. But I can assure you, next week we will be back in the studio. Welcome to the Hollywood Smash. Let's catch you up on all things entertainment right now. $1 Billion Baby. Spider-Man No Way Home opened to rave reviews and becomes the first film in the post-COVID era to break the $1 billion mark. And we're only in week 2 of its release. While the release of The Matrix Resurrections opened in both theaters and HBO, it got a little less acclaim and fanfare, leaving many viewers to wonder aloud once again, what is The Matrix? The third and final trailer of the new Batman film series, featuring Twilight's own Robert Pattinson and the multi-talented Zoe Kravitz, was released over the weekend. Take a sneak peek of the Bat and the Cat right here. As we mentioned earlier, it's all about Spider-Man. Spider-Man No Way Home remains the film to beat as moviegoers flock to the theaters to see it for a second and third viewing, with the overseas total pouring in, pushing the totals to over $1 billion. It's easily expected to pass Sony's current second highest grossing film, Skyfall, and No Way Home's predecessor, Spider-Man Far From Home, Sony's current highest grossing film of all time, to become Sony's highest grossing film in history. Spider-Man was followed in the box office by Warner Brothers' The Matrix Resurrections, which so far has an impressive global tally of $69.8 million. The Matrix Resurrections, interestingly enough, held the distinction of being the most pirated film of the week, so they did come in first in one area. And rounding out the top 3 was Sing, coming in a very close third with a total of $65.8 million. Sing apparently was the family film to see this week for parents and their kids over the holiday break. And speaking of superheroes, we have Lyon Beckwith, who starred in quite a number of superhero films himself, except they always cast him as the bad guy. Stay tuned on the Hollywood Smash to find out why. Okay guys, welcome back to our interview section of Hollywood Smash. Today we are with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Lyon Beckwith. You guys might know him from Wonder Woman 2. He was on stage with Gal Gadot. He was amazing. Audiences loved him. You might also remember him beside legends such as 50 Cent. And he's also in one of Smash's upcoming films called The Realtor. So we are very excited to have you with us today, Lyon. Thank you so much. So let's just kind of dive right in here. How did you get into the business? Where did your career begin? Kind of just the beginning stages, I guess.
So I used to be a tap dancer for homeless animals. And that kind of I'm kidding.
I was like,
I
where
like
is this
I like how
going?
you were trying to hold it together. You were like, oh wow, this is going to be interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's also very funny, as you know.
No, I actually did I had my ex-girlfriend. I was trying to build her confidence, so I got her these. Remember back in the day, the glamour shots, and they would have
Yes.
the bow and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I had got her one of those because she was pretty, but she just was one of those people that didn't believe it because she got picked on when she was
Confidence.
younger. She was really pretty dark skinned, and she just had so for her birthday I got her this whole package glamour
Okay.
picture glamour thing whatever. So they asked me to get it in one of the pictures, like, and then I'm in there like I'm praising her.
Right.
And so then 2 weeks later we broke up, and um
Oh,
well,
okay.
what happened was the owner of the studio saw me in the picture and called her up and said, "Hey, this guy that's in the picture with you, he has a good look. Can you have his number so we can contact?" So luckily, she wasn't a petty person. She
That's good.
contacted him. His name was William Allen. He was with Odyssey Productions, and he asked me to do a commercial. When I did the commercial, he said that I did really, really well. I had natural acting ability. He said,
Okay.
"Hey, this is something that you should really get into, man." He was like, "You have a good look and you're really naturally good as far as acting." Because that was my first time really, really doing something on TV or film. And then signed me up. And then from that point, I was in it. I was hopscotching. I was in and out of it. But then 9 years ago, when I met Chad Morton, Smash
Right.
Entertainment, I got into it full time and went up from there.
I mean, I guess we have to thank her, right?
Yeah, well, she's actually my youngest son is autistic. That's his mom. So
Okay,
we,
so
we
she's in
did
your life.
reconnect again and
Yes.
then disconnected, but I'll always be there for my son to take care
That's
of him.
great. That's great. I love stories like that where it's like you didn't think that was going to be something you could pursue, and then all of a sudden, bing, bang, boom, like this is your career.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it
so,
definitely wasn't on my scope because
so it wasn't, yeah. So it wasn't something where you were little thinking this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, or did you ever have the acting bug or no? Wow. Okay.
no. Um so I have a kind of a rough start.
Okay. I
So
mean,
yeah, I'm from Baltimore, so I feel like most people from Baltimore have a story. You know,
hey,
um
I'm from there too. My parents have the story, and I was fortunate enough to have the better things that they wanted. But I,
uh
I I feel you, and I honestly almost think that stories like yours are better because you know the value of hard work and the value of a dollar, and the small things are big things because of what you've gone through.
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, my mom was on drugs my whole life. I never knew my dad. Um, it's pretty bad. And
Okay.
I'll try to keep this as light as
Hey, yeah.
possible. But with that um upbringing, being in that situation, I never thought as even as a kid, I mean things were just always bleak. I had two older brothers. One passed away from AIDS, the other one died from an overdose. So that kind of is like, in the hood, you want to dream, but you almost don't
Right.
want to trick yourself. You almost want to, try to stay with reality. What can I do to survive? You're in such a survival mode. And for God to be able to bless me and kind of
Right.
change that route, because the things I've always had like a huge moral code in me. Like,
Yeah.
it's just I don't even know where it came from. Like I said, my mom's been on drugs the whole life. She was a prostitute.
Oh,
Um, never knew my dad, so I never really knew where it came from. It's just I had this sense of do right. You know what I
right.
mean? I've never even smoked weed a day in my life, so don't take away my hood card. But
Right.
I
Well,
just always been on like this huge moral compass. So
do you
yeah.
feel like, because sometimes people will say that those hardships help them then in different roles. I mean, it's almost like you can kind of channel that energy, I guess, if you
Mhm.
will. You know, like you said, your mom was on drugs, you never knew your father. Do you feel that the hardships have kind of, well, I guess you've said they've made you who you are, but do you think that those, I guess sometimes people say, Well, you went,
Can I channel
yeah,
from it?
because I
Yeah,
went through that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've tried in the years that I've acting, I've tried all different methods. You have the Meisner, you have Skowski, you have all these different methods and things like that. But I find best for me is I can go to those dark places. I
Mhm.
can, method act. I can do all of that. But being in those situations I remember, what I mean? I just
Mhm.
remember. I remember being
Okay.
homeless at,
Wow.
15, I remember being, on sleeping on top of a church, my church actually, with my bags of clothes and trash bags and trying to put them around me so nobody could see me up there, and just thinking, it's funny, I was just talking to my son about this, but just thinking about how alone I am.
Mhm.
Like I can't even call anyone to sleep on their floor.
Yeah.
Like there's no one that's gonna come give me a sandwich, I'm
Mhm.
hungry, put a roof over me. I was in the street and I was
Wow.
literally on sleeping on top of my church. And I remember that. You know what I mean? Like I
Mhm.
remember
That's
how
crazy. Yeah.
how alone I felt at that moment. So when I'm doing a role and I need to call, like all I have to do is remember,
Okay.
and emulate that, what I mean, and just kind of go there. So, there's different techniques, but as to what you're saying, the question, absolutely it helps.
Mhm.
Absolutely helps. I was a bouncer for 10 years.
Okay.
I used to
Perfect.
fight, so a lot of roles I played a bad guy a lot of times.
Right.
So
Yeah. Do you think that that's kind of why you get cast as the bad guy, I guess?
when people
Sometimes.
look at you, it's funny because like I feel like a lot of times I've gotten out of fights just because people can see this may not be the guy.
Right.
I'll have times when I'm in the lounge with someone and someone does something stupid and I
Yeah.
and I look at them and once I look at them they just like, you know what,
Not today.
not you, not I'm gonna go to this guy because I think they
Right.
can feel like, oh, he's
Oh,
ready,
yeah.
he's on,
I
you know
wouldn't
what
want to mess with you.
I mean? It's just and I'm the nicest. Don't get it
You
twisted. I'm
have
the
a,
nicest guy.
yes. I
I am
think you
the
have a
nicest
very nice face, but I also think people would be a fool to start something. That's just my take.
guy.
So where do you see your career going from here? I mean, we've got the realtor coming up. While you're a real estate agent who's moonlighting as a wrestler. Can you tell us a little bit about that upcoming
Hmm.
film?
Let's see. Let me get this NDA out.
Just,
Now,
just to give us just a chat, a little
let's see. So
taste.
yeah, it's pretty much that. It's a comedy first and foremost, which again I'm super super blessed to be in because like we were saying, a lot of times, 90% of the times I play the bad guy,
Right.
and it's only when people get to know me and they're around like,
Hmm.
this guy's, he's not that bad of a guy. He's a silly, he's
Right.
a goofball, and getting to know like so the CEO of Smash Entertainment is a guy named Chad Morton, and so getting to know him because I actually started my career with him, and
Right.
a movie called the Guild a long time ago, and he got to know me as a person, and he's like, Lion's a funny guy. He's a so when they came up with this movie, I can only imagine when he's writing it that he's like,
Mhm.
who can I get to play a realtor that be convincing as a businessman realtor
Right.
and then go into pro wrestling? Who has that dynamic? Lion.
Right. That who has that
Lion.
range? Yeah. Now that I when he told me about that film, I was like, that sounds really interesting and it sounds hysterical. So
Right.
I
It's
can't wait to see that.
awesome. It's
Um,
awesome.
Tell us a little bit about the Lion's Den. This is your production company you started?
Yes, yes. It's funny because I was in between with choosing attire, and I was like,
Okay.
I wear Smash Entertainment. Like I got them both on
Right.
right beside. Like I got the Smash Entertainment jacket, I got the Lions Den shirt. I was like, I'm just gonna go neutral. But
Nice.
Lions Den Entertainment is a company I started. Lions Den is really meant for like the alpha. people that's working in the business. So
Okay.
the Lions Den is just where all of them come together to work on projects, you know. So like I'll have a Chad Morton, I'll have a Shannon Lanier, you know, I'll have these names, you know, these people that do these different projects and come together, you know, under the in the Lions Den to make
Right.
other projects. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that's really what it is. It's really
Collaborative.
yeah, of everybody. And I've worked with so many great people, and I love and it seems sometimes especially in the independent world, it seems like you're watching independent movies sometimes and it's missing one thing. Like, oh, the sound's not great in this
Right.
one, or the visual's not great in this one. And I'm
Right.
like, man, if I take these guys and they're all, like I said, they're all alphas, you know, you got Kendra Adams, you got people, you know, ladies too, that's just killing it in the business. And I'm like, if I take them all and just bring them under, you know, I want to say one umbrella, but at the same time I want in one den, you
Right.
know, together make these projects, man, how phenomenal would they be? And it's
Yeah.
starting to take off, and I'm really proud about it.
That's great. That sounds awesome. Any new projects in the Lion's Den or elsewhere that you can tell us about? Anything upcoming?
Yeah, we have. Oh my goodness. Geez, I want to talk about one, but it's such in the beginning stages.
I don't want to
I'll
get in trouble. No NDAs.
right. There's my little brother, Brucilius Morris.
Okay.
He's an actor, but he's also stepped into the writing realm, and he has a pilot that we're writing. And I'm just going to say it's called Medusas. I'll leave it at that, but we're co-writing
Okay.
on that. I have a friend that uh, Nelson Azari, which is a phenomenal actor, but he stepped into the writing realm. So we have a project called Priest that we kind
Okay.
of buddied up, and I helped with him write that, and that's phenomenal. We shot that, the pilot's done, it's absolutely phenomenal.
So-
Then I have my movie that I wrote called Mask Off,
Okay.
which is actually a MMA movie, but it has a lot of different layers to it. And so we shot the trailer for that, and we're working on. Oh my goodness, we got so much stuff with that. So yeah, it's a lot of
Sounds
things.
like
A
you'll
lot
be
of,
busy.
Shannon Lanier has you know his he has a couple movies. Hope he has a few movies, but Shannon Lanier is like, geez, one of the
Right.
best VPs editors in the DMV. So I'm
Okay.
I'm happy to say he's definitely in the Lions Den. So
Awesome.
um yeah. So
Okay. I guess let's end it with what would you tell young people or even people our age or older if they're, just starting out and they want to pursue acting? Is there any bits of advice or tidbits you'd
no, absolutely.
give?
Yeah, don't do it. It's so stressful. No, no, it's funny. Like one year, I think it was like 2017. It said that acting was one of the most stressful
I,
jobs
I
in
can
in the
see it.
United States. I mean, so you have to mentally prepare for it.
Uh-huh.
You have to know that there's going to be dry spots.
All
You have
right.
to know that
Of course.
you are your product. The main thing is know that you are your product. And that means, eat right, take care of yourself,
Mhm.
exercise, your improv, get your skills up. If you have a look like me where you're going to be fighting, okay, take
Right.
stage combat, training, do gun training, things. Always improve yourself because you're your product. And the thing overall is understand that your mindset is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Your mindset, you have to be positive. You have to know, again, there's going to be periods when you're not going to be working. During those times, write your own content, make
Hmm.
your own content, build characters, improve yourself, whatever it is, just improve yourself because you're your product. And understand that, listen, life is going to hit you. We can't get around that. Life is going to hit you.
Very
Life
true.
life hit me hard as a kid, and I'm so blessed to be able to tell young kids now. I actually go to schools and I talk and I
That's
do little
awesome.
seminars and things and talk to kids and understand that, listen, everyone has a story, but it's
Mhm.
up to you to write your own ending. So stay
Right.
positive, stay in it. You take one step, God to take two. and just stay positive and believe in yourself. If nobody else believes in you, you gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta believe in yourself more than anybody else. So yeah.
I mean, I love everything you just said. Like the you are your product and the positive mindset. I 100% agree with that. I mean, I do. Mindset is everything. You got a bad mindset, your product's going to be bad. So I agree. But I think that is all the time we have. And just want to say thank you on behalf of Smash Entertainment, Lyon Beckwith. We're going to link his all of his info below so you guys can follow him and make sure you subscribe and share. Thank you, Lyon. Happy holidays, and we will see you soon.
Great talking to you, Morgan. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye. Two things that promise to take 2022 by storm: the upcoming 64th Grammy Awards, hosted by Trevor Noah, and NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. For the full list of Grammy nominees, as well as full list of NFT nominees, you can check out our links added below. With voiceover hip-hop greats such as The Game and other artists from Linkin Park to Tory Lanez to Kings of Leon have all created their own NFT collectibles for direct sale to the public, bypassing any middleman, including their labels. And if you think NFTs are a fad or aren't going away anytime soon, listen to this. 3Lau's most recent sale of their NFT was a jaw-dropping $11.3 million from an NFT auction. The metaverse isn't coming, it's already here. But if you're feeling a bit left behind, stick with us at Smash Entertainment. We'll keep you up to date on all things happening in the entertainment/NFT market, including this collection of spectacular NFTs of the legendary Whitney Houston by the 17-year-old artist Diana Sinclair. At Smash Entertainment, we cover all things entertainment, and that includes us. Be sure to see our feature film, What Death Leaves Behind, on Amazon Prime, iTunes, Vimeo, Vudu, Google Play, and YouTube Red. And there you have it. Thanks for being a part of our in-home show. COVID can't stop us. Until then, have a smashing weekend. As always, I'm your host, Morgan, at the Hollywood Smash, presented to you by Smash Entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe below. Until then, see you next time.